Well, afternoon, Barry. How are you?
I'm pretty good on this windy sort of mild sort of day.
Monday afternoon, as usual.
Yep.
For the your YouTube viewers, still watching, they're still tuning in.
Still tuning in, Colin. Yeah, and pretty. It's about 50 for the last one last week. It's pretty average for this time of year.
They're still getting over the extraordinary 1,000 odd.
Well, it's nearly 1,600 now, Colin. That one of the, cannot believe it. The Melbourne Cup Phantom Call is up to 1,600 viewers all around the world.
It's amazing.
Zimbabwe people, Russian, French.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's all happening. All right, we've got something a little bit different today. We're going to look at some premierships from the days of your youth, and we'll just have a look at a couple of
I've got some photos.
Trophies. What about the trophies first?
Well, that trophy was.
Tell us about that trophy.
I played in. It's short something. I played in nearly, I think it was 7 grand finals in 7 years in the early 50s or the late 50s.
Yeah.
I got 4 best on the grounds in the grand finals, Colin. There's one of that was best on the ground for the Richmond Force, and that was best on the ground for the Richmond Scouts. And the other trophies I got.
What's the Richmond Scouts?
Well, they were affiliated with the Melbourne Boys League, which was the next step to Richmond Force.
Okay.
I was involved in Richmond Football Club.
That was the VFL.
Yeah,
the VFL system.
Because that trophy was given to me by the president of the Richmond Thirds, that Richmond Force best on the ground, which I was the youngest player on the ground, Colin, too.
Very good.
Kicked 4 goals.
All right, well, tell us about that one there, Richmond Scouts.
Well, Colin, this is the Richmond Scouts. There were 6 players on this side, and I'll mention, if you're around 60 years of age, you probably know these fellas. There's Billy Thripp, who played for Collingwood.
Yep.
Ronnie Reeves played for Collingwood. There's Billy Thripp there. Big fella there. His son played with Sydney Swans 10 years ago, Terry Thripp. Ronnie Reeves, he was captain, played for Collingwood. I think he was captain of Collingwood too. That fellow was really something. He played with Collingwood. Johnny Madison, where's he? He played for Richmond. Barry Burke, that's the father of Nathan Burke. He played for 1 game for Richmond. There's me, the youngest fellow in the team. Should have played for Richmond first, but played for Richmond seconds. But there were 6 players from that side, and Roger Dean. Where's he? He's in there somewhere too. He was captain of Richmond. I mean, that was a pretty good side. That we won by. I kicked 4 goals that day. I was only 13.
Okay, very good.
On the 15 side.
Is that a similar photo? This one here.
That's the next. That was. Yeah, that's the same photo, I think. This must have been a print.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same photo.
Well, tell us about this one then.
So that was the grand final in 1956 or 57. There was Roger Dean was in that side too.
Just point him out.
Roger Baby, where is he? There he is there. Billy Kitchell, he played for Richmond. Ivan McKay played for Richmond. Desi Saunders played for Richmond. I played for Richmond second. Desi Ayton played for Richmond. There's about 6 or 7 in that side played for Richmond seniors. And I got best on the ground that day again. I mean, for a little fella like me, I was about 5-0 then. Kicked 4 goals in the grand final. We won by a point.
But here's something a little bit earlier.
This is
Boys Club.
Nations, yeah.
What's the story there?
Well, that's under 12s, I think it was. We won unbeaten that year. We kicked. What's it unbeaten? We played 80. We played 28 games, 125, and we had a percentage of 254 points. And we played against De La Salle, some B's, some Pats, Christian Brothers in French, and Paran. We played against all the top side. Xavier played 25 games and won 23. That's unbelievable, Colin. Yeah, and there was about 5 players from there play with Richmond.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, this photo here.
So I'm going to ask you, what are we looking at now?
This is the class of 55, which was the Richmond Scouts. Was in the Herald Sun about 15 years ago. Okay.
I'll tell you the date. It says on there. It's Saturday, May 28th, 1994.
94. That's long ago. Look, we had a reunion. There's a photo there. I'll show you that in a minute. But that photo was in the paper. That's in front of the Richmond Reserve, which was our home ground back in them days. The Richmond Reserve, which is down in Church Street, Richmond. If you know anything about Richmond.
The headline is the class of 55 makes its mark.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because there's about 6 players on that side played it with Richmond too. Roger Dean was in that too.
And are you there?
Yep. Would you believe I got a shadow over my face? See that there?
Very shadowy character.
I cannot believe it. The only shadow in the photo in front of me. But I'm in it, and we had a reunion about 5 years after that, I think. Where's that little photo?
Okay, yeah,
we have a little, here it is.
Little reunion photo.
There's a reunion photo down at North Richmond Hotel.
Tell us a few of the characters there.
Well, Roger Dean's here again, Barry Burke, Ian McConkie, one of my lived in.
Where's Roger Dean?
Up there, in the grey hair. He shrunk too. Actually, I was taller than him. When I was standing when I was talking to him, I said, Roger, you were too towered over him. He said, yeah, I'm shrunk. Yes, I was taller than him. So there's Berkey, Barry Burke.
When was this picture? 94. Okay,
94.
Put the article, yeah, good.
Barry Barnes, who happened to captain the Australian basketball team back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him, yeah.
Barry Barnes, yeah, good mate of mine. He's a good basketball too. But that was a pretty good reunion that day.
All right. Well, so okay, tell us about...
there's another premiership.
The 50, yeah.
It's all about Barry playing. Well, that's the story, the main story of Barry's junior premierships. And this was...
so, altogether, how many football...
I reckon it must have been at least 6 or 7 in a row. At least 6.
You pretty much won every year during youth. From
52 to 59.
Pretty good.
Well, all these, I mean, they're all similar size to the ones earlier doors, but I never got to be captain.
Was that you, is it, the little one there?
That's me there. I was vice captain. I was the youngest on that side again. Always, because I was born in late November, so that's why I was younger.
Oh, okay. Little pipsqueak.
But I should have been captain.
So that's your football. You're only good at football. That's the thing.
No, I was good at cricket too.
You sure?
I'll show. I got a photo.
Well, just to prove it.
There it is.
We have this here.
This is an extraordinary photo, Colin. I'll tell you, I cannot believe it.
Now, you got all these men, look like men here.
They look like my father, don't they?
Who's this little kid down
That's
here?
that little Brett Barry Peatling.
How come you look like such a... You know,
I was
like
12.
Okay.
11 or 12.
In the under-17s.
And I was still going to school, and I wasn't supposed to be allowed to play at that side because I told my teacher, Brother Matthews, he said, you got to play on our school side. So when I used to go to train with this mob down Richmond, down near Punt Road, I used to hide behind the trees because sometimes our school was training.
Yep.
And I couldn't go. Anyway, I got over that, but that was, I was a leg spinner that. Their number one leg spinner.
Okay.
That side.
You're the Richie Bano of the day.
Yeah, I was. But look, I went to pictures that night. This photography studio was in Bridge Road. And I went, I had my gardening overcoat, and I went up there to get the photo taken with it. I took my coat off and I went to pictures.
Oh, okay.
After that photo was taken.
Well, that's very good.
That was
so I've also seen you scored some runs up in the country as well. 137 or something like that.
Yeah, I made about 8 90s too.
8 90s?
Yeah, 93 and 95. I had a few of them, but only 100. But that was an unbelievable photo.
Pretty successful youth, football and cricket wise.
Well, I think you got the people might say they're very good, but if you got the photos to prove it, Colin, it sort of does help, doesn't it? You can make up stories about what you've done. But when you got a little bit of proof and a couple of little trophies. Well, I had 4 best on the grounds in the 4, and a couple of runners up in the best on the ground.
Okay.
And those 6 games, 6-7 premierships was pretty good for a little brat.
So did you poll many votes in the best and fairest in these competitions, Barry?
Well, not really. After I left, the last time I polled, well, which is unbelievable, I was only 13. I was playing at Richmond Scouts that year with Rod Boone left, but I finished up. I never won the best and fairest, of course, but I finished in the first 5, but I finished 4th in the best and the fairest in the competition that year, with Ronnie Reeves and Billy Fripp and Larry Burke, and 13 I was.
That's pretty good.
So I finished up...
So you did your peak at when you were 13, didn't you?
Looks I remember I was going to the pictures that night when I fell. I said, Barry, come here. I said, you finished... What's his name? Brian Castle's a good friend of mine, he's dead now.
Yeah.
He said, Barry, you finished 4th in the best and fairest in the competition. I said, you're bullshit. No. So there you go. But I did. I checked it out and it was at 4th. 13-year-old.
Very good. Excellent.
Against 15-year-old fellas. And back in those days, when you're 2 years younger, it was a big difference.
Now, there's a lot happening in the cricket, so we might get more of that next week, but Australia got 47, pretty low score.
Pathetic. But Michael Clark, I'll tell you something about Michael Clark.
Did you hear David Warner has been sent over for the test team?
Should have been
to join the test squad.
About time too. He's a gun, that fella. He's going to finish up a bit like Adam Gilchrist. Tears everybody apart. But Michael Clark, I'll just say something about him. I don't think...
I like the move, for example. Tell us about Michael Clark.
I don't think Michael Clark's not really my choice as captain, because I think he's a bit too much of a girly boy.
Yeah, that was my original opinion, but I think it's changing.
Now, he can bat. I don't think he's a good captain. I don't think he'll make a good captain. You keep him in the side as a number 3 or number 4, but I don't think he's going to make a good captain.
All right, well, we'll look forward to next week, so that's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me, and we'll see you next week, and stay tuned.